Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Share the Rescue podcast. I'm really honored that you're here, and I'm so grateful for this episode, today's episode, because oh my God, I got the chance to have a beautiful conversation with one of the models that I have looked up to for a long time, and it was such an honor to have a conversation with her on the Share the Rescue podcast. And yeah, she's a beautiful model, and I want you to tune in and listen to our conversation. Her name is Nikia Phoenix, and I really love her presence and where she shares about how important it is for you to listen to your body, because sometimes your body will send your signals of you to take care of yourself, but when you ignore it, something can happen. So let's tune in.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Welcome to the podcast, Nikia Phoenix. Such an
Thank
honor to have you here.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, so beautiful. So, I have been following you for a long time. Like I've seen you being this beautiful woman who wants to break the barriers of this modern industry. Like I've seen you being in the change you want to see. And being a woman of color and also having freckles, and you're so beautiful, but you stand out from the industry. And I just want you to share a little bit around that. But before that, who is Nikia Phoenix?
Oh gosh, I reassess this, I think, every morning that I wake up. Like, okay,
Mm,
who am I? Who am I right now? Who am I today?
mm,
Right now, I'm a human being. I am uh, a spirit trying to find herself again, and I'm healing. I'm a person who is healing.
mm. So what do you mean by your healing? Let's go deeper.
In the past, in the past few years, my health has kind of been, well, my health has been declining. And it was something that I couldn't quite put my finger on. I knew I wasn't feeling myself. I knew I wasn't feeling well, but on the outside, everything appeared fine. So in the past few months, I've been getting back in touch with my body and slowly getting to the root of some of my health concerns.
Okay, you want to share a bit about
Mhm.
that? Okay,
Yeah, so I have iron deficiency anemia. For
okay.
years, I've been having ice cravings and just didn't really pay it attention. Um, and in April, I went to the emergency room, stayed in the hospital for a couple of days, had a blood transfusion, and it was a big wake-up call that I had been putting myself and my needs on mute. And so now I'm learning how to manage all of that and also realizing that I've been asleep for such a long time. You know, iron deficiency anemia can have a lot of symptoms, and one of those is fatigue. Another one is brain fog. And so every day around the same time, my brain would just start to shut down. Things that just used to come easily to me, my mind was not connecting the dots.
Okay, wow. So,
So,
yeah, so fatigue and brain fog. Well, how was that when you felt you were in the how long do you feel that this way, fatigue and the brain fog? How long was that?
so slowly, I'd say I hit a point a few months ago that I would get winded. I would be out of breath trying to walk from, my car to a building. I
Okay.
remember traveling to Alaska and getting off of the plane and just trying to walk up the jet bridge and being so out of breath, having to stop and catch my breath after taking a few steps.
Wow.
I said, okay, wait, this can't be normal. I'm not just out of shape. Something else is happening.
Wow. Wow. And
Yeah.
what happened when you realized that?
Uh, I was still in denial, like, okay, it's got to be something else. It's got to be something else. And then I did a health screening and they drew some blood and they tested it. And probably a few weeks later, I got a frantic call that my levels were very, very low. My hemoglobin was very, very low.
Mhm.
And that I needed to go to the hospital right away. And
Okay.
it wasn't like, it wasn't computing in my brain what was happening. Um, I thought like, oh, I could just, take something and feel better. And that was definitely not the case.
Okay. So you went to the hospital and what happened?
I went to the hospital, they took all of my vitals and admitted me right away.
Wow.
And I started getting the help that I needed.
Okay. So I'm so sorry to hear this, Nikia.
Well,
And
thank you.
how long were you in the hospital and what happened during the time when you were in the hospital for yourself?
I was in the hospital for 2 days
Okay.
and took another maybe about 4 days to kind of get myself together. Um, while I was in the hospital, I had a lot of time to sit and think and to journal and to
Mm,
read, to realize that I had been so hard on myself, trying to persevere, trying to push through. Like, uh, I had a big creative block that I'd been blocked creatively for a very long time.
mm,
And I was really hard on myself. Like, why am I not able to push through this? Why am I not getting through this? I used to be so much better at this. And then it came to me, your body was shutting down.
your
Your
body was shutting.
your brain was being,
Oh,
signals weren't there. Like, how could I persevere and push through when my body literally said no?
this is this is real. I mean, like, this is so real, meaning
Mhm.
that both are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
okay.
okay. So the body is your body was literally sending frequency into your field that, hey, no, now it's time for you to really stop and take care of your body
Oh, yeah,
the whole time.
yeah. The whole time. The whole time.
Wow. And so when you realized that, when you had that insight, what did you do? Because sometimes when we have this insight, I mean, did you seek for help or did you like, what happened afterwards, Nikia?
I just had to stop.
Mm,
Really just had to stop and stop putting on this really brave face. I had to be honest with myself. I had to be honest with my family. Um, I had to stop being the people pleaser and realize that I had been putting myself on the back burner for way too long. And like part of it is that I didn't have the energy to keep going. I just didn't. My body couldn't keep going. I just couldn't keep going. I just had to stop. And telling myself, like, okay, you only have the energy to go day by day, minute by minute. It's all you can do. That
wow.
was hard.
Yeah, I understand because
Yeah.
yeah, you're so creative and being on the go. And when you realized that you said the word people pleaser, how was that for you? Because it's different from everyone. How was you
Yeah.
being a people pleaser?
Admitting to myself and my family, hey, I cannot do this right now. I can't tend to anyone else but myself. And, you know, I think once my family like actually saw me and realized that I had no color to my skin, that I was really fatigued, that I'd been just kind of pushing through, Um, I think they realized, okay, we gotta let her breathe.
Mm.
Because even, I mean, I was out of breath. I couldn't breathe easily.
Okay, so did you get help around that? Around you have fatigue and brain fog.
Yeah, that's, with being in the hospital and the treatment that I was given and then continued medication, that's definitely helping to get all of my levels back up.
Mm,
And so today I can say that I'm much better than I was, even a few weeks ago,
mm,
which is probably why I'm doing all of this releasing and crying. And it's like, oh my gosh, look at what I've come through. Um, because when I was going through it, um, and I'm still, I'm on the other side of it, but when I was really going through it, I still didn't know how to process and to talk about my experience.
okay, but did you have anyone you can talk to around this?
Yeah, I have friends. I
Yeah.
have really good friends that are safe spaces for me.
Mm,
Um, I've definitely said to myself, okay, once you have, some more time and energy, prioritize getting a therapist again. That's
mm.
incredibly helpful for me. Um, and just surrounding myself uh, with love and grace.
Yeah, so important for you to because when you are being in that darkness, so to speak, you really tend to know who you really want to have around you. And
Mhm.
also understanding your worth even more, and also like really treating your body better and so forth. But did you feel like when you were in that situation, did you have any? Because I feel like it's so important to share this to people that will listen to this, that sometimes when um you have this what happened to you, that sometimes you have some thoughts and emotions that arises. Are you willing to share what came up for you during that dark time?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What came up for me was uh, I've been so hard on myself.
Mm, mm,
I I encourage others to practice grace and gentleness. And how am I practicing that with myself? Um, I don't have to be perfect.
mm.
Allow myself to be messy. Um, because it's like, in ways, it's similar to learning to walk again,
Yeah.
being able to trust my body and to listen to what my body's
Mm,
saying.
mm,
And yeah, that was very, very challenging. A lot of my journaling has been around forgiveness,
mm.
forgiving myself for not listening too attentively. Because, like I said, some of the symptoms that I was experiencing had been there for years, and I just kind of pushed it off.
Mm.
So, what I'm telling myself now is slow down, listen, don't be afraid to share what you're experiencing, and allow yourself to be vulnerable.
Yeah. This is very deep. I love what you said, like really to listen into your body, because I think most of us, and depending when you're born, but we are trained or programmed to always be on the go, to think, not to feel. And unfortunately, sometimes when you go through something, then you start to feel in your body. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I'm so grateful that you are healing and growing, and also that finding wisdom and courage to continue to be yourself, to find home. But I want to ask you around that. What does it feel when you come home? Or do you feel that you're home, or do you feel like you're still on that journey?
I feel like I'm still on that journey to coming home to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does it feel like that you know that you're coming home soon, but you're not there yet? Not
Mhm.
there. You,
Yeah.
the thing is that the thing is that, as humans, we think that everything's outside of us, but there's something we have to do to like be there, but it's already here. But where is here for you, and where are you now between where you are and you're here?
Hmm.
Like
I have to re
who is the Nikia you want to be, how you want to feel, and so forth.
Oh my goodness. The woman that I want to be, I see her in my dreams, in my visions. Um, she Right now, she seems like that woman that you see at a party or an art gallery or something, and you just think, "Oh my goodness, she's so stunning. She's so beautiful. She has this energy about her, but I'm too nervous to speak to her."
Hmm.
That's how I feel right now.
And why are you nervous?
Hmm. Um, it's like I don't have enough. This It's like I don't have enough accomplishments or I'm not where I want to be able to talk to her.
And why can't you talk to her?
Um, I knew this was going to turn into a therapy session. Um, I feel like I don't have enough to present to her. Like I know that I know that I'm loved just the way that I am.
Mm,
Um, but I'm still too nervous to approach her. I think I'm too nervous to hear the wisdom that she has for me. But I know that it'll help me in my journey right now. So I'm building up that my bravery by being open and being this vulnerable.
yeah. And this is so beautiful too, to meet all of you. Do not rush to that
Yeah.
Kia that you see, but you want to see all parts of you, and that's
Hmm.
okay. Yeah. This is brave, like admitting that I'm not there yet, but I will take my time. I need my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do. I have I have all of these dreams that I want to achieve. Um, and I know that those dreams took a back burner for a while. I put them away, and I know that the me of my future is going to ask me why I put those dreams away. And but I also know that she's going to say to me, "I'm so glad that you did not give up on yourself."
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Nikki is waiting for you. The future Nikki is waiting for you to hold you and for you to hold her
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
It's
continue.
It's like seeing an old friend and hugging her really tightly for a long time. I think
Yeah.
when I do come home to myself, it will be just like that.
I love to say old friend because she's always been with you.
Hmm.
She was with you when you had started to have the symptoms, trying to tell you, and then when you felt the symptoms even more, when you were in the hospital, she's always there for you.
Hmm.
Always. Yeah. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much for opening your heart and sharing a story like this. It's so deep and touching, of course. Yeah,
Thank you.
my heart goes out for you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me share. Thank you for allowing me to be so open and vulnerable and asking me to do this. Um, Part of my healing is to take a page from Shonda Rhimes. Some years ago, she wrote a book called The Year of Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is me saying yes to things that have been making me nervous, but I know that I really deep inside want to do. So thank you for reaching out and giving me the space to say yes to this.
Wow, this is like, thank you for being so open. And, Universe is so beautiful that
Mhm.
we are having this conversation now. And just, it's such a blessing to have you here as well. Like because for me, like I said in the beginning, I've been following you for a long time. And it's such an honor to interview you. And you're such a beautiful person. The person that you just described now, Nikia, I see you like this, woo, this beautiful woman that is confident. She has high self-esteem. Yeah, she's like inspiring women, especially women of color. So I see up to you, and I understand why you see up to her as well, because she is you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, but I want also to ask you, because you read also, but I've seen that you are also a meditation practitioner and Reiki master. Can you
Mhm.
please share a little bit about that? And when did it
Yes.
start?
I would say, oh gosh, it must have been, ooh, gracious, would it be close to a decade ago? I was hosting an event at a beauty shop, and it was at the time I had a stalker, and my stalker showed up to the event, and the manager of the store at the time, told him to leave, told him that we'd call the police because he wasn't supposed to be there, and he insisted that he was. But she took me in the back room, knowing that I still had to go out and host this event. I really wanted to connect with people, and I was shaken, having to be confronted by this person who was not supposed to be there. And she took me in the back room and she asked me if I knew what Reiki was.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I kind of know, but can you tell me more about it? So she explained Reiki and she said, I'm just a channel. I'm going to um, be a conduit for you to be able to get back in touch with yourself and come back to center. And she did. She did that for me. And I thought, my goodness, that's so beautiful. I want to be able to help others do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so that started me on my journey to become a Reiki master. And it took years. It took years for me to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do this thing. Thankfully, during the pandemic, I had all of this time to finally study Reiki and to finally study meditation. And so I took full advantage of it. So here I am,
So
Reiki
beautiful.
master,
Yeah.
meditation.
Wow, so beautiful. So, when you did, what is the difference being a Reiki master and a meditation facilitator? Just for the sake of the listeners to know what's the difference.
Mhm.
What do you do as a Reiki as well?
Okay, so with meditation, similar to how we started the session off camera,
Mm,
that's what I do for people. That's what I do for groups, allowing people to get back in touch with themselves through um, forms of stillness and reflection,
mm,
right?
mm,
And even when I was just doing speaking engagements, I would incorporate meditation into my practice because it serves as a way to um, bring everyone into the present, including myself. So if I were to walk out on stage and I'm nervous, the first thing I'm going to do is drop into meditation.
yes, to come back into your center. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Um, so with Reiki,
Mm,
the way that I like to think of Reiki is if if you're a religious person or a spiritual person or someone raised like me in the church, my grandmother is the mother of our church still to this day.
Mm,
Um, but it's the someone laying hands on you, someone knowing that you are experiencing something that may be challenging, that may be tough, and everyone in the church, everyone in the congregation coming around you and just putting their hands on your shoulders or
mm,
somewhere on your body and praying for you and asking for a higher power to come through them to send you love.
mm, mm.
That's essentially what Reiki is.
Wow, beautiful described, truly. But I've
Mhm.
also heard that Reiki can be used for yourself. Use
Yes.
Reiki for yourself as well.
Yes, you can do Reiki on yourself. So think of it as um, a form of meditation, getting very, very centered, quiet, so that you can hear the universe speaking to you and allowing that energy to flow to the parts of yourself that need healing.
Mm,
So, like when you ask someone to put their hands over their heart
mm,
and breathe, you're sending that energy to the place that needs it. And then that place that needs it knows, oh, there are other places inside of me that need some love and attention too.
yeah. Wow. Just when were speaking, I just felt the love. Yeah, you have such a beautiful voice. Like it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just curious, when you were in that after the hospital, did you feel like you used it even more, a Reiki healing, or did you find someone else who can help you with that?
I did, it took me a little bit to uh, feel like I could do this again. Honestly,
Okay.
being someone who helps others, being a quote unquote healer, when you're having trouble with yourself, you're like, wait, but I'm the one who helps everyone else. How can I not help myself? I
Yes.
just, I didn't feel in touch with all the different parts of me to be able to do it. So on my birthday, I went and got a Reiki massage, and it was wonderful to allow myself to just be without
Mm,
judgment, to just be and to sit with someone who was able to allow me to tap into the places within myself that I needed to listen to again. And
wow.
those places were my heart chakra, my sacral chakra, my third eye.
Mm.
I was like, yep, that's all of those things have been have been out of balance.
Wow, this is
Mm,
beautiful. I'm so grateful that you're sharing this because as a healer and you want to help people, you tend to forget yourself. That it's important to nourish yourself as well. Because when
mhm,
you nourish yourself, you will be depleted, like
mhm.
that. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
so key.
I kept thinking, how can I show up for other people when I'm having a hard time showing up for myself?
Mm,
How can I do this? So I did have to put a lot of things on pause. Like, okay, what would you tell your best friend to do right now? You need to do that for yourself. Okay, you can't show up right now for anyone else but you. And that's okay. You have to put certain things on mute so that you can focus on you. And I had to do that. And that's tough. It's like being the little kid that sees all the other kids on the playground, but you're standing on the other side of the fence and you're like, "Oh, I want to play, but I'm not ready yet. Oh, I want to, but I'm not there." And
mm.
having to sit with myself and say, "Okay, how do we get better?" I
And
have to get hyper focused.
yeah, and this what you're describing, being someone who always help others. when you suddenly have to take care of yourself, you are fighting between like, oh, this is so selfish, but it's not, it's good to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself. You have to put yourself first in order to take care of others.
Mhm.
It's very common around, therapists or coaches or healer light workers to be like always help others, but then it's like you're like a star. I'm just describing just like a star, and you like everywhere. Then you start to see yourself depleting. The light is going away from you. It's like, oh my God, and then you feel tired, and you don't know why you're tired, but you need other people to take care of you as well. Like it's like I think sometimes also when you are a healer and so forth, you want to help others and forget to think that we all need each other still, you know? And what do you think about that?
Yes, absolutely. Like friends of mine would send me um, Instagram messages or other posts that would say something to the effect of the healer, the person who helps others also needs help. And
Mm,
I was like, yeah, yeah, I do. I absolutely need help.
mm,
And it may take a while for me um to get the help that I need. I may be resistant to it, because
mm,
honestly, I was like, okay, I know that I need to do this. I know that I need to do that, but do I really need? And then my brain started to wake back up. Like I remember writing on a sticky note, "Hello again.
mm,
You're here." And I was like, huh, like a light bulb kind of turned on again
mm,
that hadn't been lit for a while.
mm.
And then I said to myself, okay, you need to take all of that advice that you'd been giving to other people.
Wow. Wow. So beautiful. So beautiful, Nikia. Wow, but I also want to ask a little bit around the modeling years,
Mhm.
the experience that you had, because also
Oh gosh, I miss it.
you miss it. You do. Yes, please share a little bit around that as well, because I'm thinking like the audience that will look into this, that when they see you, I think they will be so inspired. So I would like for you to share a little bit around that journey.
Honestly, I'm really grateful for that art of modeling, that art of commercial acting, because it is an art. And sometimes when people ask me, what is my artistry? I struggle with it. I'm hesitant because I'm not where I was. So I have to define for myself where I am right now.
Mm,
And a friend of mine said, "Well, you'll always be a model." And I said, "Well, I don't feel like it." I started modeling professionally 20 years ago.
mm, mm,
20 years ago. And I, oh my goodness, it's a profession that has taken me to so many different places. It took me to Sweden. It took me to Amsterdam. It took me to Berlin. It took me to Milan. I mean, I am so grateful for all of the work that I've done, all of the things that I've created in collaboration with other people. Um, it's been very fulfilling. And of course, there were times that it was ridiculously challenging.
mm.
Um, I was told no a lot.
And when was
And
that?
I I've auditioned for so many things or gone to so many castings for campaigns, and sometimes that no is like ghosting. Like you don't hear a definite yes or no, you just don't hear back.
Mm,
And it can be very easy to internalize that silence.
yes. Yes.
Um, it can be very easy. And of course, there were so many times that I did internalize that, like, okay, is there something about me? Because if you say to someone, "Oh, don't take it personal," well, it's based on your
Exactly.
appearance.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it will, get to you after, a certain point in time.
Mm,
However, you can also reframe and say, the universe has something else for me.
mm,
I can even look back to things that I auditioned for a couple of years ago,
mm.
and I can say, thank God I did not book that job.
Wow.
Thank God I'm not associated with, this thing or this
Yeah.
product or thank God that
Mm,
even in my desperation, I wanted it so badly, but God said, no, I've got something else for you. You
yeah,
just got to wait a little bit.
yeah, that is so wise. And
Yeah.
I can also feel like when people watch this, that when if they're not fitting in that how do you say, beauty standards, then
Hmm.
when they feel like, okay, if there's get a no, that is a good delay. Like God is protecting you from not being in that environment. Um,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, absolutely. God's definitely protecting you.
Mm,
Um, I started modeling at 25, and I remember wanting to model when I was younger, and the rejection, the no's, but I realized it was just, redirection. Like,
mm,
wait, you're not, your skin isn't tough enough to handle this critique now, but
mm,
it will be in a few years. Just
mm,
wait,
mm,
just wait, just wait. But
mm.
when you're younger, when you're a teenager, you're like, no, everything has to happen right now. I'm
Yeah.
so glad that I waited, that
Yeah.
my opportunities came when they did, and they came unexpectedly.
Wow. Beautiful. When it was aligned.
When
Yeah.
it was aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So beautiful.
And that the internet started, social media all started
Mm.
sparking up, um, to be able to give me a platform,
Yes.
because certain things didn't make any sense to me in modeling in the industry. It just didn't make any sense. Like when you work a regular job, you have a resume, you build your experience, and then you go to this job and you're like, here, I've got all of this experience to do this.
Mm.
Modeling was very different. And I was like, make it make sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. This
Mm.
isn't supposed to make any sense.
Mm.
Um, but I couldn't stay quiet about it. I had to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
goodness for blogs and for social media to be able to give me a space to open up and talk about what I was experiencing.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful because, as you're saying, the social media and blog gave you that opportunity to share what you were experiencing. And also, I feel like during that time was this natural hair movement, freckles movement, and all those things. Social media really gave that space for everyone who are skin like there are black women and brown women and, brown
Mhm.
skinned women, they can express themselves because in the traditional media, there was only one type of beauty that could be
Mhm.
presented. But social media was a place where you can finally show different types of beauty.
Right. And it wasn't what magazines dictated was beautiful. It's what we said was
Yes.
beautiful.
Mm,
From Tumblr to, all of these different platforms, we were saying amongst ourselves, oh, this is beautiful. Oh, look at her. Oh my gosh, this energy. Look at that. Look at that.
yeah.
We started to realize our own power to shift the narrative.
Exactly. And I'm also like I'm gonna ask, did you perm your hair like straight before, or have you always had natural hair?
I had a relaxer, a perm, until it must have been 2008, late 2008, 2009. I
Mm,
came back from I came back from Milan, and I remember I had done a shoot, and they dyed my hair, and I was very frustrated about it. And I came back here one more time and got a relaxer. And then after that, I said, I think I'm done. I think I want to see what my natural texture is like.
yeah, yeah.
So here I am.
So beautiful. The bigger the hair, the closer to God.
Yes.
So beautiful. Yeah, me too. I also stopped relaxing my hair around 2011, 2000, yeah, 2011 when I also saw this movement and but I love also like sometimes having my fro, sometimes having like extensions. But the difference now is that I don't. When I used to do relaxer, I was identifying my hair as straight, like rear. But now it's like this is only a way for me to protect my hair, and this is not my hair. And I
Hmm.
have a daughter, and she I had like extension for a while, like braid, because she's now 3, 4 years old. But I've had it for a long time since she was born. And because it's easier for as a mother to like, have this type of hair. But one day she was like, "Oh, mom, I want to have that straight hair like yours." I'm like, "Oh no. Okay, time to take it off." And then for the first time, like I think it was March, I think, yeah, that she saw my hair, real hair. And yeah, now she's like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and so forth. So I want to inspire her that she also have to own her beauty. But of course, she's still young. But I think it has to start from me as a mother, and then I could teach her and just be myself and inspire my daughter to love the way she is. Yeah.
And I don't have any children yet, maybe one day. But I
Okay.
do have nieces and I have a host of like little cousins and I have a big extended family.
Mm,
And it's always, very encouraging for them to see me in my embracing myself,
mm,
embracing, all of the different stages of my hair and my beauty and being honest about it. And if there's something that I notice within myself that I can say to them, hey, have you ever thought about, using this or what about this? Or, just have fun with your hair, just have fun with your beauty. Why not? Why
mm.
not? You
Yeah.
know, I even with my mother, I mean, we still talk about hair and I push back on a lot of her beauty standards. I question a lot of her beauty standards, and I
Yeah.
know she gets frustrated with me. Um, but I want her to be able to, no matter her age, be able to embrace who she is
Yeah.
and be able to face that woman in the mirror and say, I like her. I love her.
Yeah. So beautiful. Because I believe she was brought up in a society when there was only one type of beauty that was okay, and she was programming that way. And
Yes.
then in the generation after, we are now then that we could break that to break that, beauty standards, and then we could pass down to our younger generation to be themselves.
Hmm.
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Yeah, sorry, my give me just a second.
No worries at all.
No. Okay, sorry. I had um I had definitely told my mother I was going to be busy. Please do not.
Okay. Oh, she was contacting you right now? Wow. Wow, she was posting
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. You
Okay.
and your mother,
So,
you're close? You both are close?
right now I am living with my parents again, which it has been stressful.
Okay,
It
okay.
has been stressful.
Mm,
Um, and coming back to my home
mm,
after being away for so long, my parents are aging, and that's something that, I'm having to come to terms with. That's something that they're having to come to terms with. And so I've been being back here um has been eye-opening. And also when I was talking about that people pleasing, I mean, you know, elderly parents will call you about, everything, anything. Can you fix this? Can you do this? And you're just like, how did you manage before I was around?
mm. Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm having a very hard time raising my parents. Like,
Mm. So cool. Okay, well,
so
yeah. Oh, but that she's still stuck in
yes.
that time, you're still a little girl for her, and I think, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, I'm grown. I'm a grown woman. Things have shifted, things have changed. And I know that my parents have these fears that in ways I have inherited those fears, but I know that they are not my real concerns. So part of my creating boundaries is saying to myself, you're actually not afraid of that thing.
Mm,
That's just something that you hear constantly from your family, from people that are around you, but that is not an actual fear of yours. That's someone else's.
someone
So
else.
being able to differentiate, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And when I was very sick, that was a challenge
Yeah.
because my brain was telling me something completely different from what I know to be true of
Mm,
myself,
mm.
you
So,
know?
yeah, so what I'm hearing is that when you realized you were sick, it was a time when you start to reprogram yourself and unlearning to learn yourself again
Mhm.
and coming back to your own truth.
Mhm.
Wow,
Yes.
very deep.
Yeah. And doing so in an environment
Mm,
um, that has not always felt the safest for my growth
mm,
and has not always felt nurturing and encouraging.
mm. Wow. And when you realized that, what happened to you when you realized that you had an insight?
I was like, okay, when I say I'm going to burn it down and then run away, yeah, that's very, that's very accurate. Like, okay, I've got to burn down this idea that I have of, myself. I have to
Mm,
burn down, let this thing, I feel like I've had many ego deaths in the past few years.
wow.
So, I had another ego death last week. Like, oh, so these things are just going to keep coming
Yes.
until I can rebirth into this, that evolved me.
Yeah, wow, wow. This is so beautiful described. You described this very beautifully. Rebirth, like you're rebirthing every single day and becoming your evolved self.
I have to
Oh, yeah.
because
Mm,
I don't like feeling stuck. I don't like feeling confined. I want to be able to define myself for myself and not be defined by other people. So I'm in a place that wants me to fit into a box that's never going to fit, a container that's never going to hold me. I I've outgrown the flower pot.
mm.
So I need to be repotted into something that allows for expansion.
Wow. So, as you have also been raised in the church, and when you say that, I'm just thinking when Jesus said, you cannot pour a new wine in an old, what do you call it?
Glass container.
A container. You have
Mhm.
to pour the new wine in a new container.
Mhm.
Yeah, like you cannot be, when you are transforming and be the new, you can't have the old clothes. You have to take it
Yeah,
off.
yeah, a new
Yeah,
vessel.
yeah, a new vessel. Wow, this has been very good conversation. I love this, like in your journey and just being so vulnerable and open and yeah, but do you feel like this experience that you have came with age? Or do you feel like it came how old were you when you felt that feeling or symptoms? And when did it like hit hard how old were you, if you want to share?
Hmm. How old was I when I realized that my health was kind of declining?
Yeah, or even in the symptoms, how old were you back then? Because it's also beautiful to hear when people watch this, maybe people that are young can also be, okay, when I'm this age, maybe I should check myself up a little bit regularly,
Mhm.
like that.
Yes, absolutely. When a few days before my 40th birthday,
Mm,
I had some dental work done. I
mm,
had like a tooth pulled and, started my journey on a root canal. I was like, let me just get all this stuff done. Um, after having the oral surgeries, I felt my energy kind of going down. I was like constantly dehydrated. I kept thinking, okay, maybe it's the medication that I'm taking. I started having like those adverse reactions to medication. I'm like, okay, 90 something percent of people react like this and this is normal. And I reacted totally differently. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Mm,
And one of my friends said, okay, well, you're about that age. Things are going to start to happen. And I was like, no, not me. I'm fine.
mm,
But your hormones start to fluctuate, like the things that you used to have a higher tolerance for, you don't have that tolerance anymore. It starts to wane. And I started having ice cravings. And I'm like,
mm,
what's going on? Why am I craving ice? But my brain was telling me like, you want this thing, you want this thing. Um, and I'm a tea drinker, as you
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so I was like, okay, maybe I just need more caffeine. Maybe I just need some more energy.
Mm,
No, it was so much more than that. So much more than that as I've shared.
mm,
Um, like I couldn't quite connect the dots to
mm,
exactly what was happening.
mm,
But also we were in the pandemic. We were in a point in time when we weren't going to see other people. We weren't having as much contact with people.
mm.
So my thinking was, okay, if I'm not dying, I don't really need to go to the doctor.
Okay.
Okay, is it COVID or not? Like,
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
okay, it's
yeah.
not COVID, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Because that was what everyone was so focused on.
Yeah,
Is it COVID? Is it
exactly.
COVID? It's like,
Mm,
oh, there can be other things that need your attention, you
mm.
know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, if I had, in hindsight, yes, I would have, gone for regular checkups and checked off those benchmarks. But I didn't, and I'm grateful that in the past few months I have been proactive about that. I mean, your spirit will get you to a certain point and say, all right, you're not listening when I do tell you this, you're not listening when I do this, you're not listening. I've tried to warn you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so here's the big reset.
Oh,
And
wow.
I got that big reset. And I'm so grateful that I did. But I'm like, man, I could have I could have done this before. I could have been, more conscious about this before. So, if you do have access to good healthcare, if you do have access to doctors, if you do have great insurance, if you do you know, I asked a family member who is a nurse practitioner for a little bit of advice, and I don't know why I didn't before. I just felt like, oh, I can't ask them, for any advice on this because this is what they do professionally and this is what they do for other people. Mm, no, that's my cousin. Yeah, I can ask. They're not gonna, do any medical treatment on me, but I can ask for their advice because this is what they specialize in
Yeah, to get some guidance.
to get some guidance.
Mm.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, Nikia, this conversation has been so beautiful, so deep, and I just wanted you to share a bit more, like where can people find you and are you having meditation Reiki place to do or are you still like recovering or
I am still recovering. I
mm,
am still recovering. And on my checklist is to revamp my website,
mhm.
simplify it so people can just send me an
No.
email or reach out through Instagram, like in this.
Mm,
So you can always reach me by email. You can always reach me on Instagram. It may take me a little bit of time to respond, but I will eventually respond.
Yeah, so where can I find you? What is your handle? Like if you want to share.
Okay. hmm On Instagram, I am at Nikia Phoenix, NikiaPhoenix, and my website is nikiaphoenix.com.
Oh, so beautiful. And I'll put it on the show notes. And Nikia, it has been such an honor to have you here. I feel so blessed, really, and just hearing your story and you coming back up again and you're on your journey to come back home. And you will come home, of course, you will. And I believe this story will inspire a lot of people to really take care of their body as well and have that listening and not only thinking, but also feel their body. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, be embodied. Just be, allow yourself to be present. Thank you,
Beautiful.
Charity.
Thank you so much, Nikia. Thank you.
So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed the conversation with Nikia Phoenix. Just such a wonderful essence, really, truly a beauty, and that you are inspired to also start to listen to your body and not ignoring the signals, because our bodies is the most precious gift that we have. Without our bodies, we cannot make our dreams come to life. So I love the conversation that we had with Nikia, and her intention is to inspire you to really take care of your body and not to ignore the signals and get help as soon as you can. And also during the help to do your own research and so forth. So I really love this conversation, and I hope that you got inspired by this conversation. Yeah. So truly, I thank you so much for tuning in, and see you on the next episode. You take care. Hey, beautiful. Before you leave, I want to share that I have a freebie that is called Be the Star of Your Life, because I believe you are a star. We all are a star. Literally, everything's stardust, and you are a star. So this workbook is called Be the Star of Your Life. It is meant for you to do for 21 days. It's a 21-day challenge. But if you want to, you can do it immediately. But if you do it one day at a time for 21 days, I believe that you will integrate even more into yourself, embody that, and become the best version of yourself. So I will leave the link in the show note for you to download this freebie called Be the Star of Your Life. You can do together with a friend, and yeah, I truly believe that it will change your life.